I'm hesitant to spray it because it's yeah, it's not mm. Let's get into it. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Tyon Johnson, and we're back with part 2 of the Creed sample boxes. If you didn't check out part 1, be sure to go check that one out first so you can get an idea of what's going on here. I'll do a quick little recap. In part 1, I let everybody know what I thought about Royal Water, Original Vetiver, and Aventus Cologne. In this one, I'm going to be trying out the fragrances that are offered by Creed that I felt like I needed to smell. I needed to know what they smelled like because they get brought up so much by other reviewers. And they've been around for a while, so it's like you should probably have an idea of what those smell like. And that's what we'll be talking about here in part 2 of the Creed sample boxes. Again, I did have the missus check out these fragrances for me, and I jotted down a few notes on some of the comments that she made about them. I'll go through in this video and do a recap of all 6 of those fragrances. So be sure to stick around to the end of the video to see the recap of how she ranked these fragrances. First up, we have Creed's Original Santol. I can't beat around the bush with it. I'll just go ahead and tell you she ranked this thing 6th place. It came in last. I'm hesitant to spray it because it's yeah, it's not Let's get into it. I heard from other reviewers that this was like they love this one and they always come back to it, and it's one that they love to have in their collection. And for me, I don't think I plan on buying a full bottle of Original Santol. It's crazy that my girl had the same opinion in her ranking this one 6th. You know, she put the X on there and she put the nice number 6 on it because she wasn't a fan. Her comment about Original Santol is that it smells like a stinky man. She said it smells like BO or something. And I was right there with her. Man, please continue to tune in so I can make sense of it all. But I don't know if it was just because it was on the paper or what, but yeah, it smelled like somebody put on like a cheap body spray and then they began to sweat profusely. You know, that body spray just mixed with their body odor, and or you know, somebody already didn't smell too fresh and clean to begin with, and then they just decided to spray something on themselves. Yep, that's the way I felt about it, and it was so crazy to hear her say the exact same thing. Whew. Santol is said to include Indian sandalwood, cinnamon, coriander, and fragrant juniper berry. The middle notes consist of lavender, leaves of an absolute orange tree, rosemary, and ginger, and the base is composed of tonka bean and vanilla. Whatever is in the opening that I just named, the Indian sandalwood mixed with the cinnamon, something just didn't work. At least not from my nose. I don't know if it's, you know, me having a juvenile nose, but yeah, no, the opening didn't do it for me. But in its defense, when it dried down, it smelled the way another reviewer described this one. Actually hit it on the head for me. He said that it smelled like a dryer sheet. I was pleasantly surprised to pick this up again and smell that in comparison to what I smelled initially from the opening. Just to be sure, I did make sure that I got her idea of the dry down. So sure enough, put it up to her nose and let her smell it, and I was like, what do you think now? Like I was like, this is the one that you gave, 6, and you said that it smelled like a stinky man. And she's like, oh, she was like, yeah, it smells different. It smells good. It's crazy how this thing works, man. I don't know if the vanilla and the vanilla and the tonka bean really, came out to, beat their chest. But yeah, whatever's in the opening, nah, that ain't it. It didn't mix well at all with whatever else is going on in here, in my opinion. And I know if you watch my videos, you know that I love the dry down 9 times out of 10 when it comes to these fragrances. But in this case, I dislike the opening so much, I'm not willing to put up with it just to get to the dry down of this one. This sample bottle will probably stay about this full, unless I continue to let other folks sample it and smell it. Or, I come back around to it and I try it out. Maybe it's because it's out of season. I think this is more so suited for colder weather, so maybe that's throwing things off for me. But yeah, right now, I'm gonna sit this one on ice. I won't be getting a full bottle of original Santol, so I won't be recommending you guys to go get a full bottle of it. But as always, I do recommend that you try it out and, get a sample, or if you know somebody who has a full bottle, smell theirs. Next up in sample box number 2, the ones that I felt like I just needed to know what they smell like. We got Creed's Green Irish Tweed, the one that comes in the matte black bottle. Looks super cool in my opinion. And this was one that I was super curious about because I hear about it so much. And 9 times out of 10, if you've seen a video that talks about Green Irish Tweed, this has been around for so long. This thing has been out since 1985. And so that in itself kind of threw me off because I hear it get brought up in different folks' list of spring fragrances that they feel like they have to have and that they'll be wearing this spring, and it's actually known as the king of spring. So I was like, what? For something that came out in 1985, like, is that something that only older people are gonna like? Is it gonna smell dated? I don't know. I had to try it out. Give it a spree. It does kind of remind me of, I don't know if it was just because I already had that assumption that it would smell old-timey because it's from 1985. This fragrance is older than me. But I want to hurry up and get around to the fact that changes very quickly, and you start getting whiffs of something that smells very pleasant. As in, I might also buy a full bottle of Green Irish Tweed. I like it. It quickly changes from whatever it is that I initially smelled, and they list the top notes as iris, lemon verbena. The middle notes are violet leaves, and the base notes are ambergris and Mysore sandalwood. Again, apologies for reading the notes, but I'm trying to break down the notes. I think what throws me off about this one is the iris. I think it could have done without, but it doesn't last long at all, if I'm correct. It may be the lemon verbena, but whatever it is that I quickly wanted to say, oh no, it smells old time. It's gone in a matter of 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes probably. And it quickly becomes a fresh, clean smelling fragrance, which we all know that I love. So, man, this is a nice one. And the missus gave Green Irish Tweed spot number 2. And her comment about Green Irish Tweed, funny enough, was that she thought that this one smelled like a dry sheet. And I can agree with that. No, I said that about the original Santol, that it smelled like a dry sheet, that I can agree with the reviewer that said that. But like most other things, dry sheets come in different fragrances. The original Santol kind of smells like one of those dry sheets that fruity scent to them or something like that. But Green Irish Tweed to me is kind of like a dry sheet that would have the photo of the laundry basket or the sheets hanging from the clothesline for clean linen or something like that. That's what Green Irish Tweed reminds me of, and I'm a fan. So far, it's looking like this is I can get a 100 ml bottle of maybe a 50 ml. I don't know. It depends on how I feel at the time when I'm about to spend some of my money. But and I can't go against the grain on this one. Green Irish Tweed is a hit for me. Yeah, all matte black bottle. I plan on having that one in my collection as well. Last but not least, sample box number 2, we have Royal Oud. And if you've been keeping up, paying any attention, I can go ahead and jump to it. You already know, this is one that the missus ranked number 1. Royal Oud. This is one that I had heard come up a good bit, and I was just so curious to know what oud was. Like I hear oud mentioned as a note in plenty of fragrances, but I just couldn't tell you what oud smells like. So I was just curious about this one and decided to pick up Creed's Royal Oud. Let's give it a spray. I don't want to say I don't like it. It just kind of smells like not something that I want to wear. Kind of smells like scented pine cone bags, if you know what I'm talking about. You may have seen those, or your parents may have had them or something like that. I'm pretty sure my mom used to buy those. That's what this one reminds me of. When I passed this one along and I let the missus smell it, and she ranked it number 1, I was shocked. I'm not sure if the way that, you know, she felt about it swayed me in any way, but it grew on me, and it's still growing on me. Not right now, because the opening again smells like one of those scented pine cone bags to me. Which, don't get me wrong, that doesn't smell bad. Those do smell good, but to wear on my body, walking around smelling like that, it's kind of like, but again, the time of year, the weather right now, that could be playing a part in me feeling that way. Like, it's nice outside, it's warm, it's bright and sunny out. This is not something that I could see myself reaching for, but if it was winter time or fall, I believe that's what this one is suited for. And as it dried down, I did become more of a fan of it because it reminds me of like cedar wood. Its top notes include lemon, pink berry, and bergamot. The middle notes consist of cedar, angelic root, and the base notes are eagle, Indian oud, sandalwood, and Tonkin musk. So once I started to pick up the cedar that is in Royal Oud, my mind started to change a little bit. And I started to take into consideration again that the weather right now is not perfect for this fragrance, but come fall or winter, maybe this is one that I'll decide to pick up. But as of right now, no, I won't be getting a full bottle of Royal Oud. So I hope you all enjoyed that. This was part 2. If you didn't check out part 1, be sure to check that one out. Be sure to go back and check out all my other videos. I definitely appreciate it. Let a friend know, let a family member know, and definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, jump in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. I promise you, when I see those comments pop up, it's like, and those subscriber notifications pop up, it's like a breath of fresh air, because it's definitely encouraging when I see those subscriber notifications and when I see those like notifications, comments. I definitely always try to go back in and respond to comments. So let me know what you guys think, and we'll keep this thing going. And before I let you go, as promised, let's do a quick recap of those rankings that my girl gave these fragrances. So again, number 6 was Creed's Original Santol. This was one that she said, smelled like B.O. She said it smelled like a stinky man, and I agreed with her. But it did dry down to become a fragrance that smells more like a fruity or sweet smelling dryer sheet, which was nice. Number 5 was Creed's Royal Water. My girl ranked this one number 5 because she said that she couldn't really smell it. And yeah, I sprayed it earlier and I got reminded that, you know, maybe that saved her because the the opening wasn't anything that I'm a super big fan of. With a name like Royal Water, I just expected something completely different. I don't feel that I got it. It's not necessarily not clean and fresh, but it comes off as like a old lady's powder room or something like that. That's what it reminded me of. So yeah, we were kind of on par with that one too. Number 5, Royal Water. Number 4 was Creed's Original Vetiver. This was one that she ranked number 4, but she did comment that it was nice, but it was strong. Actually, she said it was strong, but it's nice. That's the order that she put it. And yeah, this is one that I definitely want to buy a full bottle of because it was so refreshing to me. Opening of this one, I would love to wake up to this smell, especially during this time of year in the spring, you know, when the sun is shining through the blinds and, you know, look out the window and see the green grass and the blue skies. That's what Original Vetiver reminds me of. Ranked number 4 for her, but, you know, the other 3, they're pretty solid, so. Number 3, Aventus Cologne. She mentioned that it smells good, it just smells fresh. That's how she put it. And I take that as she only said that because she's familiar with the original Aventus, so she probably was like, this isn't anything new. But before I probably would have led somebody down the route of don't buy Aventus Cologne, it's redundant, just get the Aventus. It changed my mind. They did what they set out to do. They made a easy to wear Aventus, so Aventus Cologne, number 3. Number 2 had Green Irish Tweed, or GIT, the one in the matte black bottle. She said that this one smelled like a dryer sheet, and I can agree with that. I can agree that this smells like, you know, if you pick up the dryer sheets that has the clean linen fragrance on them. Yeah, that's what I get from Green Irish Tweed. Not the opening. I'll say that the opening, honestly, the opening of Green Irish Tweed to me smells the way that I imagine vetiver to smell, if that makes any sense at all. So I'm not in love with the opening, but in its defense, it only lasts for like a minute or 2. And then it quickly begins to turn into that clean linen smell. And it's nice. It's I guess it's the reason it's been dubbed King of the Spring. And it's been out since '85 and still doing numbers out there. They definitely will get a purchase of a full bottle out of me, so that's number 2. And number 1, we got Creed's Royal Water. She was a fan of this one. It surprised me, and it's more of a woody smelling fragrance. I'm not super in love with the opening. Not to say that it doesn't smell good, but as far as something that I'm gonna wear on my clothes, on my body, I didn't know if it would quite do it for me because, again, in my opinion, it smells like one of those scented pine cone bags. And I mean, if you want to walk around smelling like that, that sounds like something that does it for you, then yeah, definitely pick this one up. I felt like there was so much to say within those videos, but that's the reason why I wanted to go ahead and split them up into 2 parts for those sample boxes. But I appreciate y'all being here. Thank y'all for tuning in, and until next time, peace.